afternoon. This is still Real Talk with KK, and as we all know, security of our lives and property has been a thorn in the flesh of our nation and has driven our people to find solution to the issue themselves. And further to secure our lives and property, there's an initiative called Operation Amotekun that was formed, and according to Punch Online, I quote, the Southwest governors, traditional rulers, and other prominent indigents had in June last year decided to set up Operation Amotekun as a result of series of killings and kidnapping in the zone. What is Operation Amotekun, you might ask? It is simply what a security outfit formed by 6 Southwest governors. We have Osun, we have Ogun, we have Oyo, we have Ekiti, we have Ondo, and of course Lagos. And its operation are geared towards security. It was launched in complementing of the action of the police and other security outfits in the rise of the ritual killings and kidnapping that have become rampant in the Southwest states. The word Amotekun itself means leopard in Yoruba, and the logo of its operation features the image of a prancing, angry leopard in full fight with zero tolerance to crime as it pays off online. In Ekiti State government, the Ekiti State government said, and I quote, according to Ekiti State Governor Fayemi Amotekun, it's a compliment to have such initiative in order to help the people's confidence that are doing or looking after those people in office and those people that was elected. And however, as it has been in the last few weeks in the news, there have been a lot of controversies towards this Operation Amotekun. And today, we will be discussing a lot. But before then, there are a lot of things that we need to put in place and talk about. We do not want anybody to misconstrue the concept as it has been stated by the state governor of Ekiti State. And in his words, he read that the concept has been a bit controversial, and with the lawmakers speaking against the initiative and calling off its disbandment. Today, we have the privilege of being with Iba Gani Adams, the 15th Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò. I hope I pronounced that well, sir. Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, which means that Oda, who serves as the Empire Minister of Defense after the MKO Abiola, and he has been founder of the OPC, the Yoruba Nationalist Organization, and also he was the first deputy national coordinator and currently the national coordinator of the group. The OPC leader has been consistent in his service to the Yoruba land, that I can testify to, and I will say that Iba Gani has consistently promoted Yoruba culture and value, and in doing this, it has cost him a lot. I repeat, it has cost him a lot because he has been imprisoned for that. But which I would like to liken that imprisonment to the like of someone who is fighting for the state and the interests of the Yoruba, and we will liken it to the imprisonment of the likes of Nelson Mandela, Obafemi Awolowo, and the likes, and we will say that this was based on political imprisonments. I use this opportunity to welcome you, sir, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here. So,
you are welcome, Kike.
Thank you so much, sir. So first of all, for those people who would like to know a little bit about you, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, sir?
Well, my name is Iba Gani Abiodun Ige Adams.
Okay.
The co-founder of Oodua People's Congress, because I'm not the founder of Oodua People's Congress. We are nine people that found Oodua People's Congress.
Okay.
Which Dr. Frederick Fashin was the pioneer leader of Oodua People's Congress. I was able to be the deputy, later to be the national coordinator. Secondly, I'm a chief promoter of Olokun Festival Foundation, convener of Oodua Progressive Union, another social-cultural group that I founded in 2011 that is in diaspora. Now it's in 87 countries. And I founded Gani Adams Foundation for the purpose of charity. I think I'm still okay by that.
Yeah, correct, sir. So thank you so much for that. Recently, you clocked 4 years last week since becoming the Are.
2 years.
2 years, okay. Thank you for correcting me. What's your achievement since you became Are and Kaka for Are Ono Kakanfo of Yoruba land? What landmark can you say that you have achieved, sir, since you achieved the title after MKO Abiola?
Well, I think, let me correct your pronunciation. That's why we need to teach history very well in our school these days.
Thank you.
Most of the leaders of tomorrow do not know much about our history. You know, when you know much about history, the pronunciation will be accurate.
Sure.
Are Ono Kakanfo, not for.
Are Ono Kakanfo.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Well, let me give glory to God that the Yoruba nation decided to give me the title. This is a title from immemorial that they will always give to the people, the powerful, the most powerful people, spiritual, the most powerful warrior in Yoruba land. Onward to the time of Latosha. Latosha died 1886. And we now have modern Are Ono Kakanfo, which is the premier of Western region by then Chief S.L. Akintola in 1964. Onward, we now have the 14th Are Ono Kakanfo, which is the pillar of sports, philanthropist, an accountant, which is Chief MKO Abiola in 1988. Before I became the 15th Are Ono Kakanfo in January 13, 2018. It was a very tedious task and very challenging task to be Are Ono Kakanfo. The first thing that can be a challenge is resources. This is a position that people look up to, that anybody as Are Ono Kakanfo must be very rich. When they meet Are Ono Kakanfo, you'll be able to solve their problem. Anything Yoruba land, you have to contribute to your quota. Secondly, it's a position that Yoruba look up to, that you'll be able to face any challenges facing Yoruba land. In terms of liberation, in terms of promoting Yoruba culture, in terms of working to make sure that Yoruba is united, in terms of even bringing the potentials we have globally and nationally together to move Yoruba nation forward and Nigeria. And even talking of modernization, we have to be careful, because when we are talking of modernization, we have to be moderate about it. Being clamor for modern society eroded our history, even eroded our culture, affect our physique about our tradition. So when you are talking of modernization of Yoruba land, we have to be moderate about it. I'm not saying we should be stagnant the way we are coming from, but we have to work in between the modern society and our old history. We marry together to build a very good and just society. So in my own position as Are Ono Kakanfo in January 13, 2018, after 3 months, I realized that I foresee serious security threats. I realized that day by day, our farm is being overrun by cattle rearers, which are alien to our own history. We realized that the issue of kidnapping become rampant. We realized that, I realized that the issue of ritualists, even within our people, were become rampant. And we realized that different negative society is gaining ground in Yoruba land. We have name of courts that was not being even heard in the tertiary institution. We have organizer becoming court, we have a mechanic, we have the conductors, not comparing to the one they have in tertiary institution, that they still moderate in the tertiary institution. And we realized that the crime rate is becoming too much. So I wrote a letter to all traditional rulers in Yoruba land. And I wrote a letter to all the governors in Southwest. And I copied some personality that I have their names and contacts, that there is need for us to sit down to review the security situation to complement the effort of the state government and the federal government. I call it Security Summit. After one month, no governor replied me. And I wrote reminder again that I have written so letter to you. I need your reply, or even a call. So when I wrote that reply, after 1 week, I started calling them. I got in touch with the governor of Ondo State. He said after the Ekiti election, they will organize it. I get in touch with the Ogun State governor. He said they will work on it. I got in touch with the governor of Oyo State, which is ADC, said they have already given a document. But I couldn't reach the remaining three governors, Ekiti, Osun, which Aregbe was the governor by then, Fayose was the governor of Ekiti, and Ambode was the governor of Lagos State. So some others called me that they have written that letter that they support that move. But the media, and I syndicate that letter into the media, making it public information. So the media started writing something about it. Later, after one year, 3 months, the Southwest governor rose up and said they will organize Southwest Security Summit. And eventually, they organized it June last year. And they came out with about 30 technical men as a committee to work out on the background of the security network. Within the technical team, they came out with the logo, and they came out with this name, Amotekun, and the name of the security outfit. That was the beginning of this Amotekun.
All right. Thank you so much for taking time out to share your thoughts on how Amotekun came into power and the decision behind it. I understand the operation of Amotekun, what is out to achieve. And I would say that there's nothing wrong in setting up a community like that or an initiative like that for state and zonal policing to complement the federal policing. But does it mean that the police force have not been doing their due diligence? Hence the reason for this additional policing structure in the country.
Well, the Nigerian police force is one of the best police in the whole world, even in peacekeeping. Nigerian police that go for peacekeeping always one of the best. But the problem we have in Nigeria, we have been discussing about restructuring. And part of the main content that is very, very important in restructuring is the security. Assuming Nigeria was restructured, there won't be a need for this ordinary security outfit. We could have state police. Not only state police, regional police, state police, and local government police. In a country of population more than 200 million people, there is no way in the world, when we have a population of a country that is up to 25 to 30 million, you can't have one structure of police. Police is as a result of the people that is closer to their people. Not having the federal police transfer people from other zones who did not understand your language, who did not know your history, to come and police you. It's about using your people to police yourself.
So that's the community police?
Not community police. Local government police. There is a difference between community police. The community police is a very good idea from federal police, but it can't hold water. There is limit community police can do to the issue of security. The people of that area must be enrolled into a structure. State, local government. If there is a regional structure, regional police will be from the Premier. If there is no region, the state police and the local government police. We borrow this federalism from the United States in 1979. And go and see the structure of the United States of American police. They have the FBI, they have the state police, they have the sheriffs, they have even some big universities have their own police.
Correct.
Some train stations have their own police. The structure of police in America is more than 20. And even Britain with a population not up to 70 million, 65 or 70 million. United Kingdom have about 7 structures of police. They have the Scotland Yard, they have the municipal police, they have different structure of police, about 7 in Great Britain. South Africa with a population of about 50 million people, not 50 or 60 million people. They have a structure like 3-4 structure of the police in their own country. They have state police, they have federal police. So what we are saying is that the content of restructuring will allow about 3 or 4 structure of police in Nigeria. Federal, if there is a regional police, if there is state and local government. It's quite different from community police. The community police is an initiative from the IG that if we don't have a state police, we must have a community police to assist them on intelligence gathering, information about criminal, which is the policy of the Nigerian police, federal police, which is okay in their own level. But if we want to solve the problem of Nigerian security to the barest minima, there must be 2 or 3 structures of a police so that people of different environments can manage their security. Those who will be enrolled to a local government police will have the consent of the royal father of that community. They will recommend them. If they create any problem within the system, the royal father will be blamed for it because he will be a guarantor of part of the people that will be recruited to the local government, even the state police. The consent of the royal fathers and the chiefs of different quarters will be there. So definitely they will be very, very careful. And they know if they retire, if they don't do well in that job, they will finish their own, they will destroy their own future if they retired.
Yeah.
So that was what we are saying. But the issue of Amotekun is quite different. It's not even the state police. Amotekun cannot go with AK-47. He cannot even charge people to court. He can only arrest and hand over it to the federal police to be charged in the court of law.
Okay.
Amotekun cannot investigate. He can't interrogate any person you arrested. You arrest them and give it to the normal federal police to interrogate them and charge them to court.
So, sir, who will be supplying Amotekun weapons? Because as far as I'm concerned, I believe that in a country like this that we are trying to curb illegal arms, there is no how that these hunters will go out there and they will not have any weapon. Does hunters use empty hands in the bush? That's number one. Or the OPC use ordinary hands. So the idea is good and is welcoming. But the question is, we need to do the needful in terms of helping the people that have been employed, as you said, to work with this initiative.
Well, I think you said, where did they get, where they will...
We get weapons.
Weapon.
Yeah.
Well, you ask yourself that, where is the hunter getting their weapon more than 10, 15 centuries? From immemorial, the hunters have been using their local guns. We call it local guns or day guns, to go into bush and kill animals, and even secure a community, which even being recognized by the Nigerian government. And the police know the hunter in the community. That is different from criminal. When hunter is moving from any community, you see their local gun in their hand like this. They will put it there. They know their way, how they get their local gun. Even some technical people, local technical people, prepare gun for them. for them to be used in the bush, which the police know. We call them alagbede, abalaye. They use it for different things in the bush, against the wild animal or animal. A hunter is a profession on its own level. And when you are talking of vigilante too were being allowed to go to secure on the basis of local hands too. OPC you are talking about. Most of the streets and urban area in Yoruba land are being secured by OPC. They use their pump action registered by the Nigerian police. If you want to register your gun, they will look at your antecedent. They will profile you that you are not a criminal. Police will profile you.
But they're looking at you.
No! Police have intelligence report on many personalities in local government.
So talking about
let me come down. Let me come down.
Yeah.
They will profile you, they will interview you. And when they interview you, they realize that you are not criminal. They will register you, they will take your thumbprint. At the end, they will register that pump action for you for security. Even the landlord association register pump action for the group of security within their areas. We are talking of the limit is pump action. You can't go to AK-47. Anybody that go to, talking of AK-47, you are talking of a regular police, which is state police. But this is security outfit that will complement the efforts of the Nigerian police.
So, sir, thank you so much for that. So the concept, by my understanding, is to gather intelligence. So there are some genuine headsmen. Do you think that this will clash with the people and cause more arms?
I disagree with you that the concept, I
killings?
disagree with you.
Okay.
Okay, I know where you are coming from. That the concept is to gather not only intelligence,
Okay.
complement the effort of Nigerian police. Are you telling me you want to gather intelligence, the hunter will not use their local gun? Are you telling me the other hunter will go and face the mercenary from Chad, from Libya, that come to Nigeria to disturb our peace, and face them with ordinary hand and say you want to gather intelligence?
So, sir, is Amotekun aimed at working with other organizations?
Like Nigerian police?
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay, correct. Okay, thank you.
Definitely. Every concept of an Amotekun pass through the clearance of Nigerian police. The Nigerian government cannot organize Amotekun without the clearance of IG. The Nigerian government cannot organize Amotekun without the clearance of the DSS. And even those who will coordinate with them will be either retired police or retired SSS will lead the group. It's not a group that you just say OPC should lead. It's a government initiative. Either it will be a retired police or retired SSS that will lead the structure so that they will be well coordinated, they will be out of hands. You know, we are organized people in Southwest. Anything we want to do, we do it in the right way. Well thought about. So we are not just going to give the initiative to any Raburosa to lead. Those who have the experience of security, there's a difference between having been brave on security or someone who have intelligence about security and strategy. Yeah. How you can get an information in the society, how you can run it without causing an anarchy. So all those products are coming. You don't just doubt anything that we want to do in Yoruba land. If we are not ready, we are not ready. But when we are ready, I can assure you, we do it in an orderly way and civilized way.
Thank you so much for that. We understand that other regions also have, including the North, also have the same form of security outfits. What makes this one stand out?
Well, it's our people in the North that make it stand out. It's not as if that Amotekun is coming to be a different thing from what happened in the North. It's their critics from the North, antagonists to it, that make it more popular. Assuming the way the Southwest government launched it on the 9th, they did not antagonize it, the Attorney General did not bring a constitutional issue to it. It could be a quiet outfit being run now without even giving popularity to it. But because You have ISBA in Kano, in Zamfara, in Katsina, in Nasarawa. You have JTF in Borno, and ISBA. You even made it as a ISBA commission, and you legislated in State House of Assembly. The civilian JTF, you legislated in State House of Assembly. Nobody raised eyebrow to it. It's about your security in your state. So now when you realize that the Southwest have started this, so you say they want to use it to create Odua Republic, they want to do this to chase the S-men from your... No. Even the genuine S-men in the Southwest will be protected. Their property will be protected. Non-Yoruba will be protected. We have non-Yoruba who are business people in Lagos. Their interests will be protected. Criminals don't know the difference between tribes. They only want somebody who is lucrative, who is buoyant to kidnap to make money. They don't know the difference between Yoruba or Igbo. If it is Yoruba that has money, they kidnap you and collect money. If it is Igbo, they kidnap you and collect money. So we have references in part of the north. Even the GH, the Middle Belt, they have their own security outfit now. And you can realize when they start this security outfit, the issue of crime rate reduced in the Middle Belt. That was exactly what we want to do in Yoruba land. But because of the antagonists to the Amatekun, that was how Amatekun gained popularity more than what they have been doing for more than 6 years.
All right, so I agree with you. You were talking about Attorney General earlier, and I think recently we had the Attorney General of Federation, Abubakar Malami San, speak against the initiative, stating that they did not consult his office before setting up the security outfit and that it was illegal and runs contrary to the provision of the Nigerian law. What are your thoughts about this?
I don't think it's the office of an Attorney General that needs to be consulted on the issue of security. We are not going to court. It's not a legal issue.
Correct.
This is a purely security issue that have the jurisdiction of the IG and the DSS. That was internal security. Police are the mother of internal security, especially Nigerian police. And the Southwest governor sent Ekiti State governor to meet with the IG. They had a robust meeting, and the IG gave a tactical clearance. The DSS wrote their report that they support the initiative. But after launching of Amotekun, the police and DSS have the right to sit down with the technical team. How will you run this outfit that it will not affect our security architecture? They have the right. You know, they are the highest people of the internal security. They have the right. But somebody have not started things, you started putting hole into it. And similar thing is being done in part of Nigeria. It will cause crisis. What Yoruba is a very, very liberal race in the world. Very accommodating and very liberal. But in a situation you want to infringe their right, they are ready to die because of it. And they will shout, before you know it, within 3 months, it will become a global issue. So what we are saying is that the level Amotekun is now, I don't have the impression that the governor have gone beyond their boundary.
The 6 Southwest
the 6 Southwest governor, they haven't gone beyond their boundary. I think the modus operandi and the way they will operate with it should be the next discussion within the security agencies. Even the ISBA, they were so powerful to the extent they arrest police for sleeping with 3 women in Zamfara State, and they shot that police to court. But we don't have power up to that in our own jurisdiction here. The ISBA even using the penal code to take people to court. We don't even exercise that kind of power in Amotekun. The JTF is even fighting a full-scale war with Nigerian army. We don't even have that power in our own area. And you know Southwest have more than 70% of the commercial value of Nigeria. Anything that affected Southwest, security-wise, will affect the economy of the entire nation, especially Lagos. So, and if care is not taken, gradually, before you know it, the criminals those who infiltrate our society may turn into guerrilla war. We haven't witnessed bomb blasts in this place. And if you don't nip it in the bud, it can happen at the end of the day. Yoruba will tell you, when you see a stick coming that want to shook your eyes, you have to be afar to look it. So that was exactly what we have. The governor did not want to do it from the beginning. They have to agree on the basis of pressure into them. You know, Yoruba don't want anything that will affect them because we develop our region based on individual initiative. Tell me much thing the federal government have done for us for the past 20 years. The only thing Yoruba need to develop is that just give them electricity, give them road.
Basic amenities.
Basic amenities, two out of the basic amenities. Give them road in that bush, and light. Yoruba will develop that area. Before you know, we turn to city. Compared to other regions, that they want everything from the government. So definitely, we can't develop our region on the basis of individual initiative, and we allow a Raburasa to come and destroy it at the end of the day.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for that. I think out of curiosity, I want to ask this question because earlier you were talking about different quarters was informed before Amotekun was formed and different people sat down. So as Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the APC leader or one of the Yoruba leaders, is he supporting Amotekun or against it? Have you reached out to him, if I must ask?
I don't know. I'm not in position to reach out to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay.
I think that's the level of the governors. The Lagos State Governor, Governor Sanwo-Olu,
Yes.
should have liaised with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which I know the Osun State Governor should have liaised with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which I even know that the Ogun State Governor should have liaised with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but I don't know. Maybe they have liaised. I'm not in position to liaise. My own department is different from the Southwest Governor. If they are doing Southwest Governor, I don't have the right to be there, unless if they call me for a special meeting. But my own jurisdiction is a traditional defense minister. Traditional defense minister.
Minister of Defense.
You call it Minister of Defense or you call it generalism.
Generalism, okay.
So traditionally, that's my own limit. And in my own jurisdiction, there always be pressure on me in my own level from the Yoruba people. And one of the reasons they normally put the pressure on me is because they know I have a group that have a very good security assistant locally that can assist. So definitely, talking to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu or not, this issue is not until when they come to your house to talk to you. Security of life and property should be a major concern to everybody. You don't even need anybody. If you love Yoruba race, you don't even need anybody to lobby you to support Amotekun. You don't need anybody to come and prostrate to you to support, because most of them make money from our own political system. They make money from our own political structure, and they have to pay us back. We don't need to beg anybody to support how your people will be safe, how the legacy you have laid down will not be destroyed, how history will not forget you on what you have done for your own race.
Correct.
You don't need anybody to lobby you if you love your people. So on the issue of consulting, do you need anybody to tell you what happened today? You have watched, you have read all the news of what happened in Nigeria in your phone before even seeing a newspaper. And if you're a very good Yoruba person, definitely you must play your own role, even without meeting the governors. Heavenly Father, help those who help themselves.
Correct. Thank you so much. The Northern Youth Council has come out to condemn Amotekun and saying that it is a military arm of APC, amongst other things, has appealed to the president not to allow this to stand. They also mentioned that it's a threat to national security and unity. Could there be any truth in all of this?
Who knows those people? Who knows those youth? It's a taboo for Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò to be responding to one unknown youth. The only person that we start the struggle with is Arewa Shettima, Yerima Shettima.
Yes.
Arewa Youth Consultative Forum. And he have issued a very good statement about it. Those rabble rosa, I don't know them.
So do you think
And wait, the only people we can respect is the Arewa Consultative Forum. Those are the big shots of the Northerners that we can give respect. Unfortunately, they are becoming too sectional in their position. And I have responded to Balarabe Musa. I have studied Balarabe Musa that for the past 15 years, I now realize he was claiming as a progressive in Nigeria, he become Northern irredentist, ethnic bigot. So I have replied him in my own language. But all these young guys calling themselves that they gave 100,000 to issue statement, you won't take them serious. And I'm appealing to the media, you don't give some rabble rosa unnecessary publicity on the state of the nation. Something that can affect our dear nation, that can affect our unity.
Our purposes.
So somebody just wake up out of them and say they give ultimatum within before January 21, they just storm and they go, who are you threatening? Who are you threatening? Do you know how many intertribal war that Yoruba fought before having Nigeria in 1914? Do you know how many external war that Yoruba fought before having Nigeria in 1914? Yoruba, the internal war that we fought in Yoruba land give us more expansion in different communities. When somebody say, how can we be given a chieftaincy? Most of the community, obas in the community are warriors. They fought war and take over that city. I can name more than 50 in Yoruba land. They call some of them Ajagungbade. So definitely, Yoruba is not a tribe or a race that you can just take for granted on any issue. We always been reluctant before we react. But when we react to issues, when we have a cause that 70% of Yoruba supported, it will be very difficult for any tribe or ethnic to defeat us. So the issue of Amotekun is about the interest of generality. If Southwest is being secure, it's the glory of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Right.
It's the glory of President Muhammadu Buhari. Because when the tourists come to the Southwest, their life was safe. Anywhere they move, there is no molestation. It's the glory of federal government. And the wish of the people is the wish of Almighty God. The voice of the people is the voice of God. And definitely, when the president came in second time, you will remember, within 3 weeks after May 29, he said he have agreed that Nigeria must be in restructure. The president said it. The cabal run to him and say, why do you say it? And he kept quiet on it again. After about 1 or 2 months, the president said that they will organize state police now. They run to him again and say, no, you have to pass through constitution, and they play it down. You can now see how the issue burst up now in another corner. Now, if you read newspaper yesterday, the governor of Northwest, Alhaji Mazari, Katsina governor, said they will organize their own security outfit, and they will even call the Southwest governor to come and observe it and guide them the way they do. How to do it.
Yes.
Now, a governor again in the Northeast, they said they will organize their own security outfit too. You can realize that the issue of having the ideas of having another structure of police is gaining ground. It will not affect the federal police because in a situation you are growing. You have a junior brother or junior sister. When you want to fresh water, the junior sister or your junior brother will go to the well and fresh water for you to bath. But when you are becoming older, you don't have somebody that will assist you. You become another thing. And even a group, let me tell you, a group, when you have a very bigger group, we go to a stage that will be a breakaway group, and they will be forming another organization. Before you know it, a group of 20, 30 years have given birth to more than 16 different groups who will be useful at the end of the day. I know your mindset. I know where you are coming from. But I will tell you that that's not my own position. The person that leaked it to me, I know his position, and that's not my position. I'm entitled to defend the interests of my own tribe.
People.
And if I don't do it, history will judge me at the end of the day. So what we are saying now, the issue of having security outfit, it has been the reigning thing of the moment. And I read a newspaper interview, another interview of one senator in Southwest. He said, instead of wasting our time on security outfit, let us amend the constitution and have a state police and solve the problem once and for all. Nigeria is a country that will dodge in the back of one finger and we'll be deceiving ourselves. And the whole world are watching us. When your people say this is what they want, there is limit you use the government apparatus to gag them and suppress them. Do it to move forward. If you don't do it, you won't move forward. And we are giants of Africa to see. The smaller country in Africa will be making jest of us. Look at what is happening to Nigeria. And if they know we are not doing the needful at the right time, we won't have a time to even guide them when they made a mistake.
Sure. Out of curiosity, sir, I think that if we are not careful, this might turn out to be a political move. What do you think about that?
Asal?
This Amotekun could turn out to be a political move in the long run.
Political move Asal. You have to break it.
A political move in the sense that we understand that the operational system is more of a vigilante operation, and the sense of people coming together to gather intelligence to operate. But at the end of the day, what's your school of thought when it ends out to be a political move?
You don't need to be pessimistic when you are having a very good idea. You don't need to be pessimistic about it. I am an optimist with what I'm doing.
That's nice.
And at the same time, even the federal police is not being used for political move. You know what happened in the last election in Kogi? Do you know what happened in the last election in Bayelsa? So, if you are having the fear of the state security outfit to be a political move, what is happening in the federal police structure? You tell me if the commander-in-chief tell IG to do wrong thing, will not do it? He have to do it. And if the governor told commissioner of police to do anything, if the IG say otherwise, the CP will do something, or he will go for the order of the IG. So we are talking of federalism. We have to run federalism the way federalism is. If we don't run it, the spirit of federalism will be haunting our system. Talking of using it for, you don't know how to expatiate. Let me expatiate it. That the governor may use it for their own political opponents.
Yes.
I know that's why I say break it down so that I can understand. Let me explain.
I'm trying to choose my words.
You don't need. You don't need. It's your own opinion.
Yeah. And I'm entitled.
You are entitled to it. So I think when you are talking of power, it's only God that gives power. No matter how clever you are, no matter how strategical you are, when God wants to get power from you, he will get it from you. No matter how brutal you are. But we want to talk about politics. We have never talked about how we are safe in terms of our life. It's only a person that is in life who is still in this country as a human being that can practice a very good political activities. When you lost your life, you lost your property, you are disorganized by criminals, and they have seized you, they have already destroyed your environment, there is no way you can have effective political activities. Let us talk about security first. After security, we'll be talking how we can use our constitution to guide against the governor using the outfit against their political opponents.
So on a lighter note now, I know that you've shown a lot of light on Amotekun and you've explained to the public how it came about and the quarters that came on board and the 6 Southwest governors that also came together in terms of the initiative. And I must use this opportunity to say well done, sir. And I use this opportunity to also thank our 6 Southwest government that they've done a wonderful job. And we are hoping that it will become the best in Nigeria soon. So, on a lighter note, sir, there was, you gave someone Mayegun of Yoruba land, and Wasiu.
No, Mayegun Are Ona Kakanfo.
Mayegun of Are Ona Kakanfo
Yeah.
of Yoruba land. And recently, Wasiu was also installed of Mayegun. What's the difference between yours and what was installed from Wasiu?
Well, fortunately, we have already formed the first council in January 12, January 13, last year.
Okay,
Wasiu was just installed this year.
correct.
So Wasiu did not even thought Kabiyesi Alaafin will give him Mayegun that they have been lobbying for the past 11 years. I don't think Kabiyesi even have it in mind that they will give him within 1 year now. You know, Kabiyesi Alaafin is not a person that you can predict. You may say he will do something today, he may change his mind to do another thing tomorrow. You know, all Alaafin is being guided by our ancestors. So he can take a decision that you don't expect within 3 days. So the Mayegun Are Ona Kakanfo, no, most of our river king is not predictable. Not Orisha. They are not predictable. Most of our river king, even Oni, you can't predict them. You can't predict them. So the Mayegun Are Ona Kakanfo was just last year, January. And Kabiyesi decided on the giving Wasiu, Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde Mayegun of Yoruba land around ending of November 2019. So there is a sharp differences between a title given by Alaafin and Are Ona Kakanfo. Alaafin is the only one that have the power that can give a title of the entire Yoruba. When I say, some people say, Arewa, I say, look, we do respect to our other Obas in Yoruba land. I have the information. I'm an insider to the palace. I know there is a Supreme Court within the hands of Alaafin on that title of Yoruba land. So that was the reason I said it. I don't say it to embarrass any Oba. That was a Supreme Court. They have gone to court about it. Even before knowing Alaafin, I was privy to that information when I became Are. Because I was so inquisitive that, why, apart from Are, which is highly historical, how could Kabiyesi have the power to give the title for the entire Yoruba? They now show me the Supreme Court judgment. So that was the reason that Kabiyesi have that power. You know, Yoruba are very controversial people. We don't agree on issue on easy way. So, and that was the reason that you see that lie low like that. Even though they don't go to court about even the Are that is highly historical, when Abiola was about to become Are, one of the Oyomis go to court, not challenging that Kabiyesi did not have the power, but say that they should not give it to Abiola. But they later won that case and became Are the second day when he won the case. So the issue of having title of Yoruba land is Alaafin. My own is just about Are in council. Are is a council of traditional warriors who will defend the Yoruba land. So what I'm doing in my own council, I'm trying to bring scholars, the Hegex, who can think even beyond me, who can advise me how I can approach issues on Yoruba land. And when you see the first council, Baroyi was a CNN award winner as a media person. Ba Mufin was my lawyer, which I know that he was the editor of Gani Fayemi Lega, Law Lega magazine. So all the people I choose to be in my council, they are learned people, they are sophisticated people, And those are the people who believe in the cause of Yoruba land. Are is not the kind of a type, they call it generalism of Yoruba land. When a general is moving, where is his GOC? Where is the lieutenants, lieutenant generals? Where is the major generals? Where is the colonel? I'm talking of tradition, not Nigeria army generals. We are talking of traditional position. You know, when we have the modern war now, we have the Nigeria army, we have the major general, which we come from the British. But in the olden days, we use the GOC as a chieftaincy title. Because after you speak to the whole congregation of the warrior, you now have the 16 key of the chiefs of Are that will give a final approval to all the proposals that come from the Eshos. They will now ratify it and agree that we are going to war with this community. Now, Are cannot go to war because we have the Nigerian Army, we have the Nigerian Navy, we have the Nigerian Force, Air Force. But Are is entitled to defend Yoruba land intellectually. Are is entitled to promote Yoruba culture and tradition, which is one of the contents of liberation. Liberation. If they have taken away your culture, if they are taking away your language, if they are taking away your tradition, definitely you are being in bondage of other tribes. You are being inferior to them. And when you are being inferior, definitely you are being a slave to the tribe that you became inferior to. So definitely, the council have the responsibility to promote Yoruba culture, to promote Yoruba language, to promote Yoruba tradition. And the council have the responsibility to defend the interests of Yoruba intellectually. The council have the responsibility to research on the history of Yoruba land. Because most of our younger generation, they don't know about our history. And history is the record of past events. If you don't know where you are coming from, you won't know where you are going. And if you don't know where you are coming from, you won't know the importance of your own race. It will not be unique in your mindset. So definitely that was the job of the council, not by holding gun, bow, and arrow. We are talking of a council that will be intelligent, the council that will be bold to defend the interests of the Yorubas and to defend the just cause in Nigeria, not only Yoruba land. Because Are as a position is a position of statesman. A Are must fight a just cause. You not say because I'm fighting for Yoruba, I'll fight for Yoruba wrongly if Yoruba do wrong thing. You have to fight for the right thing because we are in a universal war, a global village. You don't know where your children will marry from.
Yes, sir.
So definitely you must not take other tribe as your enemy. You must not say because Yoruba is very powerful and use your power to overrun the interests of other tribes. Just stay in the right course so that God can be on your side. Yes. So Mayegun Are Ona Kakanfo is different from Mayegun of Yoruba land.
Oh, thank you for clarifying.
So it's only Kabiyesi Aláàfin
that has the power to install that.
Mayegun of Yoruba land, which all need to have the power to install anything about Odua. Oni Risha. He is the only person that have the power to install any title about Odudua. So when Oni want to install Odele, he said Odele Odua. He's the only one, he's the Arole Odua. It's quite different. So we don't need controversy about that. The two monarchs have a unique side of themselves. Oni is in charge of all our deities in Ilefe, the cradle of Yoruba land. Aláàfin, the Oyo Empire was the one that made Yoruba so larger. Even more historical because they are warriors. Before Aláàfin Ajagbo established Are Ona Kakanfo in 1530, the previous Aláàfin always go to war and lead war. They lead war by themselves before they now sit down with Oyomis and say, we are losing king in a short period. How can a bearded crown over be going to war? We have to crown a king of a warrior. We have to crown somebody as a king of warrior that will not reside in Oyo, and he must not reside in Oyo. And Aláàfin now decided that there is one powerful person in Yoruba land that is very, very powerful. and he's my friend. They call him Kokoro Gogon in Iwoyi, very close to Benin Republic. And Alaafin went to him, that my friend, I want to give you a title. And that title will be like a king of warrior that will coordinate all the warrior in Yoruba and you'll be their head. Now what's the title? He said, Are Ona Kakanfo. They now agree, and they sign an agreement. An agreement is that, one, you must not fight Oyo people. You must not carry your battle to Oyo. 1, 2, you must not carry your battle to Ile-Ife, the source of the Yoruba land. 2, you must not fight Iwere Ile, which is the mother country home, the country home of the mother of Alaafin Ajagbo. So that was the agreement between the Alaafin, and he now installed Kokoro Igangan as the Are Ona Kakanfo of Yoruba land. And when Are Ona Kakanfo died, before you start another one, it will take 10 years because you have to search for it. You don't just put anyhow person to become Are Ona Kakanfo. It's not a position that you can compromise. It's very delicate. And any Are Ona Kakanfo must not even compromise his own activities. When I became Are Ona Kakanfo, I now go deeply on spiritual. How will my own Are Ona Kakanfo last? One of the reasons they give me spiritual is that you have to constitute your title. Your council, sorry. You have to constitute your council 1 year after your installation. People don't know. It's part of my spiritual revelation that you must constitute your title. That 2 people that did not last is because they did not constitute that council. That they did not constitute that council was one of the things that affect them. So when you constitute that council, they told me when I constitute it, you will see how the position will be at the end of the day. So when people are saying, I say they don't know history. Even this Mayegun Are Ona Kakanfo, did they know that the Mayegun Are Ona Kakanfo under Latosha, which is the 12th Are Ona Kakanfo, was the one that resolved the crisis that could have happened between the Egba and Ibadan because of Efushina Aniwura, they killed? Mayegun Are Ona Kakanfo under the Are Ona Kakanfo Latosha was the one that resolved it. Was the one that resolved it. In 18th century, the bunker that I installed on the 15th was the one that lead bunker Are Ona Kakanfo under Toyeje, Are Ona Kakanfo Toyeje of Ogbomoso, was the one that led the war in 1840 that confronted the Fulani. Fulani could have taken over Offa, could have taken over Oshogbo. Bunker Are Ona Kakanfo was the one that led the war with the Ibadan warrior. He's the one that led the war, that conquered that war in 1840.
I must use this opportunity to say that he is very articulate. He understands the traditional ruling and he understands the culture. On that note, I will say continue to do what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you
well
very
done
much.
Very much, sir. And, you know, out of curiosity, when you're talking about spirituality, I stand to be corrected. I've heard about your hometown with TB Joshua. What's your relationship with TB Joshua?
It's a brother.
Okay.
But our destiny is different. TB Joshua was a pastor. I'm a freedom. He's a pastor. Okay. Still a pastor.
Yeah.
I'm still a freedom fighter. You know, even though you have twins from the same womb, they will have 2 different professions.
Correct.
We came from the same community. He's my brother. He's a pastor. I'm a freedom fighter.
Thank you so much. You know, lastly, out of curiosity, Amotekun is going to be reporting to who?
It depends on the governors.
So it lies with the governors?
When they are cooking food or cooking soup, and they are bringing that soup for you to eat, you don't be on haste the food that will come and meet you on the table. Let the governor finish on the modalities. The entire Nigeria, we heard about that later.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, you know, for shedding light and the ongoing controversy regarding Operation Amotekun. I will use this opportunity to say that may your reign as Are Ona Kakanfo continue to be prosperous and be bountiful And thank you so much again for
Amio.
giving us the opportunity for this interview. Thank you. Stay tuned. And this is still Real Talk with KK. Bye for now.